Hey there, everybody. Episode 49 is coming in just about 30 seconds or so. Just want to put this in there. We had a little bit of issues with some of the software that we use to be able to talk to myself with me and Tommy. There will be some points where Tommy is delayed, and sometimes he's just sitting there waiting for all the stuff that I say to come in. Just bear with us. This isn't too long of an episode, as you can see by the video length and things like that. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy. Me and Tommy Hernandez going to be talking some whiffs this week in California and abroad and stuff like that. And no Justin this week. He'll be back next time for episode 50. But until then, enjoy the episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Scuffed Up podcast, episode 49. We're one away here from 50. As we mentioned last time, no Justin Lee with us today, just yourself, Stephen Hayden, and our guest from last time, who, as we mentioned at some point during the episode, is going to be filling in with us at some points when either Justin or I is gone. Mr. Tommy Hernandez, Mr. Ellie Wolfsville player himself. How are you doing here?
I am doing fantastic. Justin gone. I had to slip into that first string role, and so I'm excited to step in. How are you doing, Steven?
We're doing good. We're keeping busy. Baseball is getting started. Wiffle ball is getting really going. Not just here, but across the country as well. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I should ask you the same thing. How's life been treating you lately?
Good, man. Good work was good. I have work. I work at 5 a.m. to 1:30 every day, so I get a little tired. Steven knows that from from playing on Tuesdays. I have work at 3 a.m. tomorrow, so it's kind of nice because we're filming this on a Tuesday that there's no game, so I can get to work with a little extra rest.
Yeah, that is
Feeling
another
blessed by the
interesting.
Lord. Blessed by the Lord.
That is another interesting piece here. The fact that there are a good number of teams in OCU football are off this Tuesday. Different location, different for this week due to field availability, I believe. So overall, we as a team get a break. Justin's gone in Japan as we speak. Obviously, we're not. This isn't going out on Tuesday. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that good with editing, but this will be out sometime Wednesday or Thursday, I hope, and by that time games already been going on. But right now we're recording it right when we'd usually be playing games, so good to get a little break every once
Yep.
in a while, especially as we lead to this last week of the season, in which we got 3 games, and then we got the playoffs coming up for OC football. So it's gonna be a very busy time indeed for everybody. Anyways, we did have a couple of wiffle ball events. We'll keep this one pretty short. I mean, there's not a whole lot of action, but the big one for us is that Socal Wiffleball Tournament that took place this past week. Second one of the summer.
Ye-
We had a few teams out. We had a few teams out there. We ended up having a total of 9. I had one team drop out at last second, but so overall, some very good play. Both of us played in this tournament with different teams. Tommy, just give us a little run. Just give us a little rundown of it, and kind of your just how you think the day went, and some of your overall thoughts with it.
I think the day went really well, even with a little bit of with the team dropping out. So a lot of the schedules kind of changed. Like my team, the Dolphins, got affected. We were supposed to play 8:40, and we ended up playing at 8 instead, like Dustin last minute told us. And so we played, and so our game got cut short. We had a shorter time to play, and we didn't have like it was me and Vinny. We didn't have our full team, which affected our game sadly. But I think what I was excited about to see in that tournament was the competition, which I know we talked about before the tournament. It was really good. There was a team, the Burger Bashers came out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a new team, and they pulled out a couple. I think it was in Mateo and Nick were the two pitchers that were the ones pitching for them. And for a team that's never played like in a wiffle ball environment, like they didn't even know some of the rules. Like they just came out and played. Just I loved to see just the fun they were having. Like they were really good. They came out with some, and I loved the family they brought out. They just had a great crowd of people coming out to watch them. They just had a really really enthusiastic mindset, and it was fun to watch. It was fun to be. Very fun tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, it was. Nine teams for this one. We had some players and teams come out that hadn't been to the previous ones, and this is one of the more competitive ones that we've seen in terms of overall group. Dustin's team is always going to be good. Logan Christie coming out from Vegas to come play in this in this tournament here.
Pulling out. Yeah.
You had the return of the Long Beach Whiffs, those kids who made it to one of the finals of the previous tournaments last year. Which that video will be the next SoCal video if I'm not mistaken. So is keep an
Perfect.
eye on that. Those see the Long Beach kids playing. You had the Llamas added
That was a
with
good one.
myself as a team. You had the group
Got
with
a question.
Vinny. Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I have a question. So yeah, so with the llamas, so you guys were called PTSD. So Steven was part of PTSD. Did Mitchell ever say what PTSD? Because usually he goes with three of a kind, like or four of a kind. Like he usually adds the number and of a kind because that's just how what Mitchell does as a captain. But he went PTSD. Is it because like he just wanted to scare Dustin? Because Dustin has some history against Mitchell in the finals.
Well,
So I don't know.
it was actually pretty. You'll actually think it's a pretty creative name. So that was the name of my team that I played on. We were PTSD, and it all related to an initial and to a letter in all of our names. You had P for PJ, you had T for Trent, you had
Oh.
S for Steven, and D for Downing. So it actually worked out
That's
pretty good
actually
with that
so
name.
smart. Oh, that
you,
is. That's
you,
like okay.
you could thank Mitchell for that one. So,
That
but
was smart. Mitchell,
but
that's actually so clever. I
yeah,
wonder what he's gonna create for the next time I play with him.
we'll find out. That's a conversation for you guys. But
Oh,
some of your other teams, you had the District Dolphins with yourself in there. You had Brian Owens and Joaquin Jimenez teaming up with Brian's teammate Gabe. You had a couple like of Walker
Gabe.
Randolph and Rada Wilson teaming up. So there was overall a pretty competitive group out there, a bit more competitive than the first one overall, and with this 9 team schedule and things like that. But overall it was a very interesting day. You ended up having my team PTSD ended up winning the whole thing over Socal Wiffle with a PJ walk off home
Great
run.
game.
Yeah, that it was nuts. Um, you know, I know unfortunately for Tommy, they had a very close game in the quarterfinals where they got walked off versus
On a
versus
walk.
the Spitfires, which is Brian and Joaquin. How'd you think the day went overall for you guys?
I will say, like, I think the day was just weird. Like, if you talk to my team, like, the first game was a little weird, like because we played earlier. So Vinny and I had to play just us two, which never a bad thing. Like I love playing with Vinny, and we're both very good at wiffle ball. But it threw us off. So Vinny got rushed into warm ups, and he didn't get to like actually warm up to pitch. And so we tied the first game to a team. I think that didn't win a game for the rest of the day, which was really rough on us. I will say because like the second game we won, we beat Long Beach, but I got to pitch against Dustin's team, and that went pretty well for us. We only lost by one, but I'll say like the our playoff game though, we had a lead. James threw amazing. We put up two, but I will say I struggled on the mound. Just couldn't find it. I only got one out. Walked everyone in. They didn't even hit the ball. I think they got one hit that game. It just I couldn't figure it out, which happens. So but that's not knocking off the Spitfires. It's a great team. So I'm ready. I'll say this as it was really disappointing, especially I feel my performance and that we thought we were going to make it to the finals, or at least compete for the finals. But I will say I'm coming back with vengeance, and we're hoping the Dolphins are planning on hopefully playing together one more time before it ends, and we're hoping more to come in the future as the Dolphins because we want some payback because that should have happened. That won't happen. That's not gonna happen next time. Spitfires.
Yeah, well, I mean, it
But
looking at it, our side of the bracket was a pretty loaded side, and the Long Beach Swifts kids they struggled through pool play and actually were the 9th seed going into eliminations. So you had on one side you had my team PTSD and the Long Beach Whiffs who played each other in the quarterfinals, and then we were playing the winner of either the Dolphins or the Spitfires. So that was a very loaded side of the bracket overall. But at the end of the day, We ended up getting the job done versus the Long Beach Whiffs. I think we won 6-0 that game. Um, some good. I mean, Mitchell hitting the ball well, and I added a little home run onto it myself. So we it was at the end. So we got to that quarterfinals versus, I mean, the semifinals, I should say, versus Spitfires, and Gabe got started real quick. PJ starting on the mound. Gabe in his first two at bats had a solo home run each time to get things started for them. 2-0.
Mm.
Mitchell Downing then got a 2-run home run in the second inning to make it a tie game. We kept going back. We kept trading zeros back and forth. Joaquin pitched great on the mound. Brian pitched great in his third inning.
Yes.
I shut it down. I shut it down the third inning for my inning on there. And then in the fifth inning, we had bases loaded. For runners on first and second, with two down. I hit a single up the middle, and PJ runs around and scores to win that game in the fifth inning, for us to be able to advance to the finals. So once again, we see the Llamas boys. They're playing more extra innings in these tournaments as the previous tournaments.
Dude, they're
They
just
the quarterfinal, it was I believe they played 6 innings, and then the semifinals they played was 8 innings before they got to the final. So
yeah,
that I just kept
it's
adding
so
on to
crazy.
it.
They're built for it.
That they
Yeah,
are.
you join the party.
When you got PJ on your team, I mean, you're always in it. Even though PJ did not have the best hitting day, I'll get to him in just a second. But
Oh yeah,
I was able to come through at the end and be able to get the job done. And then the final came around. It was pretty much the same group from the first tournament. A couple players replaced and swapped out, but overall the overall group was pretty much the same. You had my team PTSD versus with no Trent. Trent had to leave early before the semifinals game,
yeah. No time. Yeah, you had a three.
and then you had Socal Wiffle, which was Dustin Staggs, Logan Christie, Cannon Rabbit, and Bodie Faulkner, who they had done well all day. I don't believe they had lost a game before that. I think they had tied. They tied to us earlier in,
I think they
earlier
tied one in the pool. Yeah, yeah, they tied in pool play.
that they did. So we came in. It was me and versus Dustin on the mound. We each threw a scoreless inning in the first. Then Dustin got a grand slam, a line drive basically that went over the fence. Um, get them a lead 4-0. We were the home team, so we had the advantage of getting those last at bats if needed. I hit a solo homer off Dustin in the second inning to make it 4-1. PJ shut it down on the mound, and then a very weird inning happened in the bottom of the third here. You had Cannon Rabbit on the mound. I believe PJ worked a walk and Mitchell hit a single, and then I hit another home run with a slider that almost hit me. I poked it to left field. It kind of knuckled in the air and just barely stayed. Probably fair by about this much, and just barely stayed fair to give us
Gotta
a
love
four
wiffle
to
ball.
four to
Gotta love
tie.
wiffle ball.
Absolutely, just the way it rolls
Can I say?
sometimes.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I say that, Steven, you deserve that so much. Out of all the hand homers that I've seen you get dealt with as a pitcher recently, especially
Oh
recently,
my
that you
goodness.
deserve to get one of your own in like that moment. Like you deserve that. Like I don't know how many times, like especially last when we were playing the Trash Pandas last Tuesday,
Oh
and just like
God.
your hands, like every time it was literally one of them. I think hit Eric's or hit one of the Swanson's hands, and it went over. Like it just he's like yeah, that really hit my knuckle. We're like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
happens. I mean, I actually got a decent amount of barrel. I actually didn't even hit my hand. I actually got a decent amount of barrel. I just literally just stuck my hands out there as far as I could and just went for it. And so
beautiful.
it was 4-4 in the bottom of the third. Still nobody out. Then I believe Mitchell and PJ both struck out before they intentionally walked me. And then PJ hit a walk off home run over to the right center field. His first hit of the day, I believe, or it was either first or second. Uh, but
What?
but say
That's
but saved
hey.
it for when it mattered
I
most.
struggled too. I don't think I got a hit either. I didn't have a hit all day either. Like I don't know how many balls I just missed. PJ did it when it mattered though, which is what PJ's that guy. Like no matter what, PJ is a fury hitter. So PJ can be on his worst day, and he's still probably the best hitter out there. One of them, at least one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. He saved his best for last, and we ended up taking the victory, 6-4 in that final for the second SoCal tournament. I get the chance to win my second SoCal tournament of the summer. And I also had the. I also was able to get Dustin's first run off of him in the tournament so far. So that was funny. That was funny to see. But
Oh yeah,
you know
that's the
what were your
dude.
sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
Talk about that pitching.
Yeah, well, don't talk about it too much, or else we gotta
No, I just
we don't want to reveal too much for the season and stuff like that. So
no, I just meant in the tournament. Like I was no, I meant those pitches in like the championship. I didn't mean like in. I meant like the championship. Like, gosh, and like because
yeah.
like one of them to you, like you were all over him in that first at bat you had against him. You were all over
Ah.
him, and then he throws you the slide drop, and that thing just landed perfectly,
Yeah.
perfectly in the zone. Like he like bottom left corner.
Yeah,
And
it's one of
hey,
those.
I
If you want
forgot
to
to
reveal,
mention this. Oh yeah, you good. You go.
sorry,
You go.
so I apologize for the cord. We got a little bit of delay on here, but you keep going, keep going.
No, I just like just that man. Like you and him were just like dotting, and I know they got a couple hits off you, but I just think that like the homers doesn't show like how like just that so what a great game. What a perfect way to end a tournament like that competitive of a tournament with that good of a game. Like it was beautiful. Chef's
Absolutely.
kiss.
I mean, hopefully we'll be able to get some different people in the finals one time, or maybe we'll just keep having the same people in there. Who
We're
knows?
I'm playing with Mitchell next, so he must have some magic. So who knows? We're pulling out like I'm excited. Just want to point out, just shout out to I got to win. I forgot to mention that. Like
Hey,
I got to bless God. I did get to win the home run derby against Steven. I beat Steven again in the home run derby, and Cannon. Which Cannon I needed some payback because Cannon beat me in the last SoCal one I did.
hmm.
So I didn't get a trophy sadly, but I got a little bit of bragging rights there. That was really fun.
You had
That
some
was
bragging rights, and you got some cash. Yeah, we had a good turnout for the home run derby during which usually takes place right after pool play, and right before the elimination games. So yeah, we had a final
yeah.
three of Cannon, Tommy, and myself. And then Tommy ended up hitting 12 home runs on 15 swings. So once again, you're doing ridiculous stuff that I have no chance of being able to keep up with. Just like the OC Wiffball home run derby last time.
Ooh. Is that a segment switch? Should we talk about that? Talk about that.
I mean,
Oh, Stu
we
football.
could, but that's about the main thing for the for SoCal Wiffball. Next tournament, I believe, will be July 6th, if I'm not mistaken. So, uh,
Yes,
if
you
there are
are
any teams
absolutely
that are
correct.
looking to sign up for that, I know Beach City, like teams like Beach City, they went to the first one and were unable to go to this last one. Maybe they'll be able to go to this one, or maybe get some other guys out there. Who knows?
And any of my friends, like I know I'm trying to get now that I'm trying to get my friends out there. If you're listening and you're from my Instagram, go to the SoCal Football Instagram, July 6th. If you are especially a college baseball player, I don't know how many former college baseball friends or former high school baseball friends that have been like, I could do that. Come to the tournament. Come see if you can do that. I actually just ran into one of my old travel ball teammates who plays at UCR today, and he was like saying, "I kind of want to try that out. Looks a little fun." Dude, come to the tournament. Like, don't hurt yourselves, but come to the tournament. Like, come check it out. Come check out the real deal. Like what a great opportunity to like go play backyard style. Like this is backyard style that it gets, and also just to go have fun with, like, just a great community of people. Just come out, man. It's so
Absolutely.
much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
July
Come out to
6th.
these tournaments. Come out to the any different leagues and stuff, whether it be SoCal tournaments or the OC Football League stuff. That's be able for everyone to join
OC.
stuff like that. So, but talking about OC Football, I mean, first off, we're nearly done with
Is
the
OC
season.
doing any tournaments? Oh,
Nothing has currently been announced for any
sorry. It
OC
was a little
Wiffball
delay.
tournaments. Yeah, this delay kind of sucks, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our best with it, and
We'll
we're
make
gonna
it
make
work.
it
We'll
work.
make it work.
So
We'll make it work.
absolutely. OC Wiffball, like I said, the summer season's nearly done. So a couple standings are still in the works, but the main thing that happened this past the SoCal tournament happened on Saturday, And then Sunday morning over at Balboa Beach, we had the OC Wiffleball All Star Game and Home Run Derby go on there. Both those events have been taking place there for quite a while. Good for people to get away, get to a different atmosphere, get away from the park and go near the beach and just be able to spend the day out there if they wanted to. But uh, we had to try to find and crown a couple new winners. Last season's All Star Game MVP Joel Gonzalez was
Oh,
not in the league at this point. At least not for this season or next season, for what I understand. So eventually we'll find a new All Star Game MVP. That won't be announced until the awards. But the one that gets decided right there is the Home Run Derby. The Home Run Derby champion. We had 10 people go on there, and I'll kind of walk you through this one, Tommy, since I know you were unable to make it.
I was
It
I
is what
was
it is.
not able to reign my crown. I took a relaxing day after my struggles on Saturday and spent time with my amazing girlfriend, who's on my bed right now. Heather.
Be careful what you say over there. But I mean, we still had 10 people out there looking to take home a home run derby crown, and ended up in the final. Ended up being a 3-person final. We had the semifinals. You had myself, Ethan Raffman, and Jordan Dressler all hit 11 home runs in the semifinals. So we said, we're gonna put all of us in the finals. We almost had the chance to do the funniest thing again. Ethan Raffman in the final hit 11 home runs, and myself and Jordan hit 12 home runs, which Jordan literally got his 12th home run on the last swing. It was kind of
Mm,
crazy overall, but and me and Jordan ended up having to go to an extra playoff, a little 30-second round, and at that point, I just ran out of gas. My arms were still hurting the whole day. My whole body was just sore from that whole Socal tournament. So the fact that I made it to a
yeah,
final
that was a
for
long
the
day.
home run derby in general was, especially after making to a home run derby of a final of the previous day was good enough for me. But Jordan was just able to beat me in the that extra playoff round, and he comes away with his third home run derby in 4 seasons. Some interesting stuff there. I mean, you were the only person. You were only the person. You're the only person to stop him, Tommy.
Yeah, and to honestly, I think what was crazy to hear is the low total of number of homers, and because like our last one, like it was in the 20s in the finals, like it was really high,
Well,
and the 20s and even the 30s
like
technically in
like I
the
said,
end. But
yours was an abnormal round.
well, and so I'm not there. I brought out my trophy to do this. Jordan, you're not winning another one when I'm there. Like you're not. It's either gonna be me or Steven. Because I know Steven because the thing with Steven and home run derbies, I just gotta bring up Steven with this. The thing with Steven, I think, is that when someone else pushes him, he'll push. Because in mine, when we or the one we're all doing, he hit like I think it was like your first round. I hit the most in the first round, which was like 19. Then you hit like 23 in the next round. Like you just up the ante, and then I only reached like 20. So like I know if I go there and I hit a crazy first round, you'll do a crazy round after that. So I just think like next time it's gonna either Jordan, you gotta step it up, or you're gonna get smoked. So I'm just Jordan, Steven was tired and I was there. So I don't know, little
Personal message from
fishy.
Tommy. Although I do say I like the size of my award a little
Yeah,
better
you
for my home run derby. So
Yeah, your home run derby trophy is a little cooler, and
also
your
mine came with a
cash
little bit
prize
more
pool is a little
cash.
cooler too.
Yep.
Yeah, $250. Gosh damn. Hey, I want a.
uh,
All right, you won. You won. You won. You won. You won the one that mattered. The one that mattered the most.
the one that paid the most, at least. I mean, it's not all about the pay and things like that, but if it, I mean, I was we talked about it on the podcast before. Me and Al Ochoa had a great battle in that home run derby finals. So, fun to do overall, and this was a fun home run derby here. Uh, I think it's the first time we've ever seen a playoff in the final. Usually, we get some playoffs like in the first round or sometimes going into the final. but never actually the result of a final ending in a tie. And like I said, it literally took Jordan's last swing, which was also funny because me and
Yeah.
Jordan were pitching to each other the whole time during the home run derby. So it was like one of us is winning as a hitter and one of us is going to win as a pitcher. So, but
Yeah.
couldn't do
It
both. So
just
it was funny. And then we get to this very interesting subject of the All Star game. So since Jordan and I were the official finalists of the home run derby,
um,
we were named the captains. Although I said I kind of wanted to play with Jordan because I haven't. Last time I played with Jordan in OC Wiffleball, I believe, was the Winter World Series. So would have been nice. Would have been nice to
very
play with
true.
him, but people thought we'd be too overpowered, and I guess that's what happened in the league as well. But uh, we divided up. We split
That's
into our own teams.
see who you want at the end.
Well, Jordan and I both drafted our teams based off our select group. I can't remember. I know on Jordan's team, I believe it was I know it was him, Will Contrell, Tyler Moore. I can't remember the names of his two other players. But they were other players within the D1, D2, I believe. I'm blanking right now. And then for my team, you had myself, you had Anthony, you had Ethan Rathman, you had Charlie, and then you had Alex, who I believe is teammates with those other guys that were out there for the out there on Jordan's team. And
I agree with that. I agree. You should be on the same team.
Yeah. The thing about the home run derby that also played effect into the All Star game was the fact that the wind was not blowing out. It was actually blowing in from right field. Like it was pushing from right field to left field, which also showed a bit of an effect on the game as well. Right. I mean, this is a weird game. I'm not sure we've ever seen a couple of different these things in an All Star game. First off, I'm not sure we've ever seen a mercy rule in the All Star game. Second off, I'm not sure we've ever seen a shutout in the All Star game, as this one ended 18-0, in a wild fashion in favor of my team for once, which is actually crazy because it's only the second
Wasn't
All
it
Star
like
game
the
I've ever.
Devil Rays? Like the Devil Rays were there? Wasn't it them?
I think so.
I want
Yeah,
to say.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but for me, I believe this is my sixth or seventh All Star game I've done. Only my second ever victory in these All Star games. So it was nice to come out on top. And actually, I mean, last time I won the All Star game, I got my little All Star game MVP mug, which I conveniently put right next to me. What do you know? The overall it was kind of a weird game in general. I started things off with a 3-run home run in the first inning. Then we scored 7 runs in the second inning off of home runs from. I got the stats here on my phone that I'm looking at. Off of home runs from almost everybody, nearly every so everyone except for Alex had a home run in the second inning, and then I added on with another home run in the third inning. I ended up going 5 for 6 with 2 walks and 4 for 5, I should say, with 2 walks and a strikeout, which it got to the point where we were literally all had these swing left-handed or one-handed because of some mercy rules and things like that. But you know, and it was weird because I didn't even have to pitch this game. Anthony Agrusa pitched the start. Then it was Charlie,
Damn.
and then Ethan Raffman closed it out. So, kind of hearing some of the stuff. I know, obviously you were not there, and I could not be there. What are some of your thoughts on about hearing a little bit about this All Star game?
Hey,
Hello.
so it's now the audio's caught up. All the delays caught up. Now I can catch up and tell you what's going on.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
to hear the
Do you
18 to
I
0 and then All Star game and the Caps got to pick teams. Yeah, that's crazy. Like 18, and you didn't have to pitch. Like usually, like the last one was like a little like it was a pitcher's like the pitcher's pitch. So to hear that, yeah, so like that's crazy.
Yeah, it was, and I'm kind of glad I didn't have to pitch because I was pretty sore and not sure how many strikes I could throw. But yeah, Anthony, Charlie, and Ethan, they did their job on the mound. I was going to pitch the 6 if needed, but did not need to at the end. So All Star Game MVP will be announced sometime. Will be announced at the awards ceremony. That was not decided on the day, but Anthony will take a look at the stats and see. But however, I do think I got a good. I do think I got a good case to possibly walk away with my second MVP. So
Definitely. I heard your stats. I think you can win. I'll repeat.
we shall see. But another All Star game in the books as they are currently playing right now. And with that, OC football is it's nearing to the end of the summer season. We'll see what information comes out
Yes.
about the fall season. Also, I believe there is some information online for OC football on the about their golf tournament. I believe it's like July 24th or something like that. So, if you're a golfer looking to play,
Yeah,
make
I
sure to
believe so
sign up
too.
for that.
If you don't swing a wiffle ball bat that well, but you swing a golf club, go check out that OC Wiffleball Tournament. Maybe you'll win a prize there,
Are,
and
are you much of a
it
golfer,
might
Tommy?
say be something like a shot glass, like we have. Mine is over there. Huh? You know me, I'm a driving range guy. I'm a righty swinger
Hmm.
and golf because my lefty one is too wild to put into a golf game. So I have to go righty to control it. And it actually got for a little bit my senior baseball, I did that. Some of my teammates and I would go to the driving range because it was during COVID. And that was one of the things that was open. So we did that a lot actually. And I think it might have helped my swing in baseball, but who knows? I just had fun. Like just driving and just fun. Top golf. I do Arizona. If I go, I might be going in June in the next couple weekends for my brother. So I might be going to Top Golf. Try to go shoot a 200, 250. So might. What about you, Steven? You a golfer?
I'm a
You
very
swing the green?
occasional golfer. I actually I've played at a couple of these tournaments. I played at one of them with Justin actually. Justin had won
Hmm.
a free entry into it, which this is it's a two player best ball format. So
Oh,
um,
I played this. Yeah, I know this style.
yes, me and Justin we enjoyed the day out there. I'll say that. Me and
That's
Justin
fun.
got some things to work on with our golf game, but
It's all about having fun out there.
yeah, I mean we didn't shoot we didn't I think we're thinking we shot with the best ball scram. I think we were at a plus 15 last time, so we're not the
That's
best,
not
but
bad.
we're not horrible.
You might need a little handicap, but sometimes it's okay, Steven.
Yeah,
I'd probably get a 30 plus 30. You know me, unless it's I just oh you lie. Even at Wii Golf, like my girlfriend over here beats me every time in Wii Golf. And it's like not even close. She beats me like by 6 strokes. And I'm like, how do you do this? She just sits there and goes, it's just oh,
uh,
perfect shot every time. I don't know how she does it. She just,
it's it,
she's just goaded.
it's a skill that takes some work. So, but yeah, if you're interested in that, make sure to sign up for that. Not sure if there's any details for when the fall season is going to start for OC with Wall, but keep an eye out for that as well. Um, for the majority of stuff, that's pretty much the majority of stuff we have with football wise here for California wise at least. A couple little things around the country. Yeah, you have MLW who this just on Saturday. They made some big history by playing in an MLB stadium this past weekend. They
So
played down
crazy.
at the Miami Marlins Park. You had Jordan Robles, a guy who we've both met and played against, going his team going up against the Diamondbacks and Jimmy Norp down there. Looks like an amazing experience down there, and just something to keep and just something to just watch for. I believe
The
it comes out in a couple
Norpedo.
weeks. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna
Just
it's gonna be absolutely ridiculous
so
to see
cool.
what kind of
So cool. I can't even like they got to play like they're playing on the field.
yeah, because they had their Philadelphia event last year. They did on the mini wiffle field over there, but
Wow.
to actually play on the field, it looks like it's kind of nuts. Almost like when they played in Mercedes Benz Stadium last year, just playing on a
And it's
real
so fun.
football. Yeah, and at SoFi as well, which
And
of
they
course, the
just,
one that they
oh
don't do
my
tickets
gosh.
for is the one that's closest to us. So sick.
Well, there is, I know it's a crazy shot. It might be possible though with how big they're growing. There is, I think, a wiffle ball field at San Diego. Like they built one. I think like like it's a mini one, like the Padres one. I don't know how big it is though, because I know they care about the dimensions. Because the Philadelphia one, like they had a crazy amount of homers because the fences were shorter.
Yeah.
But like I can't wait to watch that Miami. Going back to the Miami one, I can't wait. Like I just that's just so cool. Like it's wiffle ball is growing at such a rapid pace right now, and it's crazy because like I don't know if it was COVID or I think God kind of sprinkled in a little. God was like, "Here, wiffle ball," and just was like, "Look how cool this is." So it's just crazy, and it's becoming more popular in California too. Like, I like Dick's Sporting Goods is running out of wiffle balls at some point. Like they're gone, they're out. They have to reorder some because people are buying them, and so like you just like we go to at our OC games, we'll get like Scrabble ball teams that finish their practice and like is cheering on our OC team because of the sick jerseys we have on, and just to get to interact with the kids, thinking that we're just these professional athletes. They're like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just so cool.
Exactly. I mean, we're seeing. I mean, that's what we're trying to do around here. We have some people around here that are trying to help grow the game and things like that. And you see. Actually, that's not my jersey. It's Jordan's jersey over there. For the other Wolves. Hopefully, next podcast we will have some new threads over there. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that they'll be coming in by that point, but we shall see as we get there. But finally, last main one main one I'd kind of just been seeing is just MAW still going on, the Mid Atlantic Wiffle League in Pennsylvania. Um, it was an absolutely loaded tournament, but the Jugs the Jugs just keep getting the job done, even when they're
Yes.
down guys. They're down Tim McElrath, they're down and Luke Richter. Chris Sarnowski is hurt and can't really pitch much. It just seems like they just keep winning no matter what. They won their second tournament of the year, second out of three for this year, and they lost in the final of the previous one, in which they were down to three people for that tournament. So, I mean,
Jeez.
they won the final 2-1 versus Earl. Earl without some guys as well. Obviously, Jordan Robles was down in Miami, so he couldn't be there for this one. But they had Johnny Costa out there who for the first time for Earl, who did very well for them. But Jugs ended up winning this tournament 2-1, and it makes me excited to kind of see what they're gonna be able to do for the rest of the year, especially as we get to the two national tournaments in the NWLA and the UFs tournament, and just to see how those guys are going to do, because they just seem more hungry and more than ever, and they just seem like they're having more fun than ever.
Dude, like I like watching just going to his Instagram. Like it's just the jugs are just each. It just seems like there hasn't been a team that's been able to compete at their even like at their full like especially not full strength. Just like it just seems like they're able to compete even when they like are down. They're not. They're just not out. They're not. They're not. They're down by one. They tie it. Like I think a cool team I was kind of like following throughout the day when we were playing was the Dinos. Looked really good,
Oh
which
yeah.
was really fun to watch because like they weren't a team in the past couple tournaments that were super competitive. But I want to say I you might know the name a little better. They added a new pitcher to their roster for
Mm-hmm.
this tournament that helped them. That was yeah, I found it. Lucas Francis made his debut for the Dinos. And so I thought that was really cool, like that a team like that was now in the running because it's usually like the same mix with Earl and Jugs and what's that other one? Is it Ridley? No, is it Ridley Park
It's
that I'm thinking of?
you have like the long balls, you have Whiff Inc.
The
Uh,
long balls,
yeah, those like the top four
whiffing.
teams you
Yeah,
have.
long balls and whiffing. Yeah, so it was fun to see like the Dinos in that semifinals and possibly. So I'm hoping to see some of maybe them even come out because if I'm not mistaken, they beat the Jugs in pool play. It looks like
Yeah,
because
they did.
they beat the Jugs. So that would have been interesting to see them
Uh,
play the Jugs in the finals.
well, no, no.
If
Actually, it was the Dinos and the Jugs who both went. They both went 4-0 in pool play. Those are the only two undefeated teams. They didn't.
oh, did they?
Yeah, they
Oh,
they
my
didn't
bad.
end up playing each
Sorry,
other, but
sorry, my bad. Wrong fast, wrong fast. So I'm trying to follow like the Instagram now.
it can be
That's on me.
confusing
That's
at
on me. That's
times,
on me.
but
That's on
yeah.
me. But
Oh, good. Yeah. Lucas Francis is a name I've heard about for a little bit.
oh, wrong game. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Rising.
Oh,
Wrong game. Look,
okay,
sorry. The Risers, the new school Risers.
gotcha. Yeah. Lucas Francis is a name that's been
Mm.
around for a little bit. As like he's a bit of a newer on the scene guy. I believe he first made his name at the 2022 UWIFs tournament when he pitched and beat C4 in I believe was it Anarchy he was on at the time because he was on the same team as Andrew Stone who played with SoCal at UWIFs last year. In which Lucas ended up. I believe it was. I believe it's 2021. I want to say
Mm.
where he basically led Anarchy to a Sweet
Oh.
16 appearance. They beat C4 in pool play and things like that, and that's where he first kind of got his name. And then I remember seeing at the first East Coast Wiffle tournament, he was pitching pretty
Mm.
well as well. So he's still a young guy, still getting better and better, and it looks like for this one he's able to actually get out there for the first time and be able to play with the Dinos, and that's a huge addition for the Dinos because I mean MAW it just the competition is just getting so much better and better. The teams are getting less as like kind of like we're seeing around here. The teams are becoming there are less teams out there, but there seem to be more. It seems to be like the teams are a little more stacked and
Yes.
stuff like that. And I mean, for the Dinos to do well in a tournament like this, where it was 9 of the top teams out there, probably like either like 9 of the top 10 teams in standings are currently right now. To have them, I mean, they went 4-0. They're only in second place because of tiebreakers, I believe. As the Juggernauts finished first in pool play, and then they lost to. I believe they beat Earl in the. I know. So no. Well, I know they didn't play Earl in pool play, but they lost to Earl in the semifinals games. So, I mean, overall, very interesting to see how different teams are doing.
Mm.
Interesting to see some other teams not do as well. I know. Like the Stompers aren't having the best MAW season so far. I played against those guys. We got eliminated by those guys out there in UWIFs, and obviously a lot of us know Tom Gannon very well out here in the California wiffle community. So I think it's going to click for them at some point with the Stompers. It's just going to be a matter of when. They just need that. They just need that
Mm.
one game to be able
Yes.
to turn it around.
It's catching up. It's catching up.
Yeah, this delay is weird. I apologize.
I noticed that. Uh, still.
Oh man.
All right, there we go. I'm all caught up. I agree. The stomp, the Stompers have been. Watching them a little bit. Yeah, it looks like they're struggling to finding a footing. Yeah, there's a couple of teams that I think that were huge really last year. Like were like the guys that haven't been really set footing. A little bit of a. I think still like a lot more to come. I'm still trying to get into MAW. Like I think Steven was the one. Steven and Brian were kind of the two people who really like got me into it. So I'm still trying to get into it. I'm starting to get like what Wiffle statement helped me out a little bit, trying to get in. But of course, I love that Ben Stam, man. That swing is insane. That's what I'm trying to copy of the lefty. That swing is so good. He just oh man.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they've won two world championships in a row, and then and then I mean, the only team that's really been able to compete with Jugs in terms of playoffs and stuff. Last year, the Jugs lost to the Long Balls in the semifinals of the MAW MAW, and then they lost in the
Mm.
finals of UWIFs to the usual suspects. So there are many teams that are able to consistently be able to compete with them, which I mean is a good sign of how good of a
Usually
team they are and stuff
suspects.
like that. But be
Mhm.
interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how they how they do, especially at NWLA. I'm very interested to see how they're able to do in that style, and if that team is able to get over the hump with the likes of those guys and Robles and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yes. I am very excited. I cannot wait to hear or see how US go this year and how the national championships go. I'm excited to hear. Excited to know who is gonna step up this year and who's gonna be that team. I'm hoping it's of course SoCal is that underrated team that gets to make the Sweet 16 this year, which is noticing in the rankings that Dustin's getting a lot of love. Dustin, Steven, and that team that went out and the team from last year is getting a lot of love in the standings. So who knows? It's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah,
All right, Steve. What else? What is there? Any other topics for this podcast that you have?
overall, I mean, overall, I think we can keep this one. I think that we can keep this one pretty short, pretty sweet. There's not too much I have on my mind, unless you got anything else you can think of.
You know, no, I think I feel very blessed to be on this here again. I love doing. I've always wanted to do a podcast, so I love doing podcasts. Thank you, Jesus, as always, for everything, and thank you, Stephen, for inviting me back. I am very excited. I think I'm all good. I think I might go get some dessert with my girlfriend and enjoy this relaxing Tuesday before we have some. So, I heard maybe a practice coming along for LA Wiffles of OC for that next tournament coming up. Who knows? We
We
got a lot
shall
coming up for
see.
us. I'm
Man,
excited. Oh,
yeah, go for it.
just real quick, no Tommy next Tuesday. So no Tommy at all. I know, Steven, you should know this, right? I'm going to camp. You know that, right? Right? I've told you this
You haven't told me for
today.
Tuesday, no.
Oh gosh, damn it! I swear I told you this a while ago. I
Yeah,
think I told you this
it was a
like a
while
month
ago.
ago.
Yeah, it might have
Maybe
been
I
too
think I
long.
did like the. I think I told you this when like Justin's talked about how he couldn't be there, and I told you I couldn't be there for one Tuesday. But that was so long ago. I apologize, and I'm pulling a Jordan Dressler. My bad.
Well, I also
Um,
forgot how long Justin was going to be away in Japan. So
yeah. So you're gonna have? Is it just gonna be you and Brian on Tuesday?
no, Justin will be back next Sunday, so we're good.
Okay, that's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping is that Justin will be back. That's what I thought. Because okay, cool. So you have Justin. Yeah, I won't be there. I am going to my schools. I'm going to my church's summer camp that I love to go to, where all the students I go with, they love wiffle ball. So I'm probably playing wiffle ball every day there. Like I'm not even kidding. I'm bringing out my zone, bring out my cut balls, my scuffed balls, my clean ones, whatever I got. Go have some fun out there. Go practice. Go enjoy time. Just enjoy Jesus out there. But a little bit of break. But hey, we got a lot coming this summer. I'm excited. The summer's just beginning, Steven. Like it seems like we've done a lot already, but it's just beginning. We have a huge summer coming up.
It is. We still got a lot more stuff coming up. With just with Wolfball in general around here. I know in the rolling on one fast pitch tournament so far. We still have three SoCal tournaments
Yeah,
coming as well. So lot of stuff to watch for and be active with. So which means you guys get more
yeah.
podcast here. So that's always good to see. But overall, thank you for coming on, Tommy. We appreciate you filling in for Justin.
Thank you,
You may be
Steven.
you may be filling in a little bit more if needed, if someone is unavailable and things like that. But we appreciate you stepping in, and we appreciate you guys for checking out episode 49 here of the That Scuffed Up podcast. Next episode will be episode 50. Not sure when that's going to go out, but Justin and I will try to do something special for it. We'll see. Can't believe we've made it to 50 so
Woo.
far. So looking forward to that.
That's so crazy.
Other than that, we appreciate you guys all watching. We'll keep this one short, and we will see you guys for episode 50 next time.
Bye.